Hey guys, what's going on? It's Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel. I have another video for you guys today. Before we begin today's video, if you guys could, please make sure to drop a like down on the video. It's very easy to do, only takes a second, and helps out so much. Also, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe so that you can receive more Dallas Cowboys content from me now and in the future. And finally, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on new content when it drops. So, Dallas has another win. They're 4-9 now. They defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 30-7. And to be honest with you, this win didn't really feel like a decisive win as the scoreboard might indicate. And we'll go over that. When I looked at what happened in this game, a basic overview was that it's kind of like one of those games that you're really supposed to win. You know, the Bengals are a terrible football team right now. Yeah, Joe Burrow isn't there. And it looks like they're really trying to get a Penei Sewell to kind of help keep Joe Burrow upright. But still, I mean, the Bengals really lost this game, or the Cowboys won this game. And again, I'm not going to sit here and downplay the accomplishments of certain things that happened in this game. I don't want anyone to come away with that assertion that I'm saying that the Cowboys inherently had, like, there's no positives to take away from a win, because a win can do a lot, you know. And listen, we have 3 games left in the season. I'm not saying they're going to run the table, absolutely not. But I want to see what they do. Okay, so let's look at the stats really quickly. Andy Dalton, 60 for 23, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked twice, and those sacks were pretty, they were like, one of those like irritating type of things. But overall, I will say Andy Dalton, again, played serviceable. And I've said this over and over again. I think the thing is that with this team is that it's just, I feel like Andy's fine as a backup. I like what he brings to the table. My thing is that there are other factors that are causing us to lose these games, So there's that. Running the ball wasn't per se an issue. It wasn't like we were terrible, but then again, Zeke was hurt this week, so that I think they gave Tony the ball a little bit more. Zeke had 12 carries for 48 yards. He had a 26-yard run, which is his longest since the Cleveland game. That's his second 20-plus yard rushing attempt. I could be wrong, but I believe that's still the case. Tony Pollard looked fantastic. We'll get into the special teams part later, but running the again, looked like a plug-and-play type of thing, and that's what I can appreciate there. Receiving-wise, I do want to give a huge shout-out to Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's been fantastic, even with the other quarterbacks in play. I do think he's going to be deserving of another Pro Bowl nod this year. I just, I'm very amazed at how well he's been playing given the circumstances. And I know, like, a lot of us can question Amari Cooper. Sometimes it's like, oh, he doesn't play well on the road. And to be fair, I mean, he's been very consistent this year. I would say that this has been his best year thus far, given the circumstances. And I think he's going to be deserving of a Pro Bowl nod when this is all said and done at the end of the year. CeeDee Lamb had a good game. I understand he only had 2 receptions, but he did have, those 2 receptions he had really nice. No one else really stood out. Tony Pollard and Amari Cooper had the only 2 receiving touchdowns. Again, Amari's fantastic. Tony Pollard on that 4th and 1, that was a great play call. Let's move over to the defense. Now, let's just give props where props is due. Hey, listen, you recovered the fumbles. You got 3 turnovers. 1 resulted in a touchdown. Got to give a huge shout out to Aldon Smith. He has one hell of a motor. He took that thing to the house, and hey, that's something to take up, to be appreciative of. Jalen had a fumble recovery. Jordan had a fumble recovery. Jalen had a bunch of tackles. He had I think we had 2 passes deflected, if I recall. Yeah, we had 4 quarterback hits. We had 2 sacks on the day, both from Tyrone Crawford, I believe, on the same drive, if I remember. Look, I understand that. Like, I feel like another thing that should be noted with this Cowboys defense, now on the offense, they were relatively stable, but this defense, again, man, it's just, what irritates me the most is that when I go look at the team stats, because I was kind of like skimming over, because it felt like the Bengals just had the ball for a whole lot of time, and they did 34 minutes. Okay, and in that span of 34 minutes, they had 309 total yards of offense on 9 total drives. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Space, that isn't that bad. But, like, when you go and watch the game, it just looks like the Cowboys' defense was just... It was like they were doing very bad in the open field, like, you know, between the red zone, you know, the end zones, if that makes any sense. So, like, they were doing very good when they got closer and closer to getting into the end zone. But in the open, you know, in that middle field, they were just allowing the Bengals to go back and forth. That's what I was saying. The Cowboys, you know, had a situation where I think they stopped them on 4 down like 4 times or 3 times. It was 1 for 4. Yes, it says right here. Any other, you know, interesting notes? No. Moving over to special teams, I got to give a huge shout out to whatchamacallit, Greg Zuerlein. You know, a lot of people thought he had the yips from last game. Didn't this game. He had a 55-yard field goal. He made all of his kicks. He had 3 field goals. Made all of them. Made all the extra points. He definitely rebounded, and I got to give a huge shout out there to him. Okay, I understand that many of us were concerned, but like I said this, you know, after the Baltimore game in my review. You got to understand that it was very windy that day, so I don't think they should have kicked the ball as much, but still. And then and I got to bring up the punter, and then we'll get to Tony Pollard. Well, first, this is easy. Tony Pollard looks fantastic as our punt returner. He brings juice. He gets like he's been super consistent over the past couple weeks, and I love seeing that. So there's improvement there. And then Hunter Nicewander, I think that's how you pronounce. Forgive me, I don't know how to. I think it's Nicewander. If you could correct me if I'm wrong. I think we have a new punter. I think he's definitely the punter. I think you can let Chris Jones go, and I think that Hunter can be our new punter. That was another bright spot for this game. Otherwise, the way I look at it right now, Philadelphia is still playing as of this recording, and they're beating the Saints. But Dallas so far is in 3rd place. Washington, it looks like Washington's probably going to win the division because they're winning against San Francisco. The Giants just lost. So, this is how I look at it. Dallas, I want to finish, like, as much as I want a high draft pick, I want Dallas to finish strong because I want something to look forward going into next season. So, we play San Francisco next week, so I want to see what they can do over these next 3 games because and I want people, and this is the thing that I felt like would be perfect. I think if Dallas was to finish the season 6-10, hell if we're lucky 7-9, like if we're that optimistic, I would have, and if there's good track records in each of those games, there's something we can look forward to going in the next year. I don't give a damn about the draft pick at this, you know, at this juncture because the season isn't over. Until the season's over, then we'll worry about draft. And I know, and I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because, yeah, you know, draft position's important. You know, I know people have been talking about, you know, it's more beneficial for the Cowboys to lose so they can get. I don't care about that. The fact is I want to see how this coaching staff can do. Now, again, another thing I should say is I do think Mike Nolan's out the door. Because of what Mike McCarthy's been saying. I think regardless of what happens, I don't give a damn if we have a good... I don't want people to have this game be an indication that Mike Nolan all of a sudden figured out everything. Next week, again, I want to see a track record, but still, I do think Mike Nolan needs to go at the end of the season. And maybe they were like, hey, he's trying to run a 3-4, and maybe that's just what we're not built for. Maybe I think I don't know. We honestly don't know. So overall, I so far liked some things, but you know, like I wasn't really overexcited about this game. I was just more so like, okay, this is happening, you know. So hey, you know what? Cool. We got a win on the road, our second road win of the year, and look, 3 more games. Let's see what Dallas can do. Okay. I understand that you know, technically Dallas is still in this. I don't really give a damn. We're out of the playoffs. Let's just see how we finish this year, and then when we go into the offseason, I'll start talking about, I'll do the season review, and then I'll talk about what I feel like the Cowboys should do, stuff like that. So I think I've gone on for long enough. If you guys enjoyed this video, again, please make sure to drop a like as well as subscribe and hit the notification bell. That would be great. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. So peace out, guys.